Governor, His Excellency.
You beg.
I beg to move the motion. I call upon Honorable
You read, proceed reading.
Okay, let me now read. This is now the motion for the removal of the Governor, His Excellency Hon Nyaribo, from office of County Governor, Nyamira County, by way of impeachment, pursuant to Article 181, 1A, B, and C of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Section 33 of the County Government Act 2012, and the Nyamira County Assembly Standing Order 62. Mr. Speaker, aware that Article 232, Clause 2 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 prescribes the values and principles of public service for all state organs in both levels of government and all state corporations, which are inscribed in Article 2321 as follows. High standards of professional ethics, efficient, effective, and economic use of resources, responsive, prompt, effective, impartial, and equitable provision of services, involvement of the people in the process of policy making, accountability for administrative acts, transparency and provision to the public of timely and accurate information, subject to paragraphs H and I, fair competition and merit as the basis of appointments and promotions, representation of Kenya's diverse communities, and affording adequate and equal opportunities for appointment, training, and advancement at all levels of the public service of men and women, the members of all ethnic groups, and the persons with disabilities. Mr. Speaker, further, Article 10, 73 and 75, 1 of the Constitution provides that the national values and the principles of governance, the responsibilities of leadership, and the conduct of state officers respectively, which requires all state office holders to exercise the authority and the public trust assigned to the office in a manner that demonstrates and brings respect for the people, honor to the nation, and dignity to the office, promotes public confidence in the integrity of the office and accountability to the public for decisions and actions, and in a manner that avoids conflict between personal interest and public or official duties, comprising any public or official interest in favor of a personal interest, or demeaning the stature of the office that the officer holds as a key guiding principles of leadership and integrity. Mr. Speaker, further, aware of the letter and the spirit of Article 174 and 175 of the Constitution on objects and principles of devolved government, as read together with Section 30, Clause 2.3 of the County Government Act 2012, which provides for the functions and the responsibilities of a county governor and the performance of those functions. Noting that the doctrine of separation of powers and its inherent demand for the dutiful and equitable distribution of resources by public officials to citizens, Article 174 and 175 essentially provide for accountable service delivery to all Kenyan citizens. Article 181(1), which lays the grounds upon which a county governor may be removed from office, keeps to the spirit of providing a check and balance in keeping with the objects and principles of devolved government. This assembly now resolves to remove His Excellency Honorable Hon Nyaribo from the office of the County Governor of Nyamira County by impeachment pursuant to Article 181, Clause 1A, B, C of the Constitution, Section 33 of the County Government Act 2012, and the Standing Order number 62 of the Nyamira County Assembly Standing Orders on the following grounds and the particulars therein under. Grounds and particulars of impeachment. 1. Gross violation of the Constitution and other laws. The Governor, Mr. Speaker, grossly violated the Constitution and other laws as demonstrated below. 1. Gross violation of the Constitution by illegal recruitment of county staff, whereas Articles 10, 27(4) and Article 2321G of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, values and principles of public service require fair competition and merit as the basis of appointment. And whereas Section 5(2) of the Employment Act 2007 requires an employer to promote equal opportunity in employment and strive to eliminate discrimination in any employment policy or practice, the Governor openly violated this section of the law by single-handedly sourcing Mr. Godfrey Kiriago and Ms. Imelda Nyaberi for appointment in the county public service to the position of Director Human Resource Management and Human Resource Officer, respectively, to the position of Director Human Resource Management and Human Resource Officer, by way of cherry picking, a process that was devoid of competitiveness. This recruitment did not satisfy the standards set out in law. This violation was affirmed by the Honorable Court in Employment and Labor Relations Court at Kisumu ELRC petition number E047 of 2021, which declared the appointment and the secondment of Godfrey Kiriago Nyang'ao and Imelda Kimuntu Nyeperi as illegal, discriminatory, and unconstitutional. Further, whereas in Section A15 of the County Human Resource Policy Manual states that the decisions of the County Public Service Board will be communicated through the Secretary, County Public Service Board, the Governor and the Chairperson, County Public Service Board, jointly accept the functions of the Secretary, CEO, Nyamira County Public Service Board, and issued appointment letters to the two officers. By picking Mr. Godfrey Kiriago and Imelda Nyeperi, the Governor violated Article 10 and Article 274 of the Constitution of Kenya 2020 on principles of patriotism, the rule of law, good governance, integrity, transparency, accountability, sharing, and devolution of power. The Governor's illegal recruitment of county staff violated Article 2321G of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, which provides for the values and principles of public service, which include but not limited to fair competition and merit as the basis of appointment and promotions. Mr. Speaker, witnesses is included there, Douglas Major, and the annexed we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. B. Violation of the Constitution by denying students their right to education. Whereas Article 274 of the Constitution of Kenya requires that the state shall not discriminate directly or indirectly against any person on any ground, including race, education. Whereas Article 274 of the Constitution of Kenya requires that the state shall not discriminate directly or indirectly against any person on any ground, including race, sex, religious, marital status, heritage status, ethnic or social origin, color, age, disability, religion, conscience, belief, culture, race, language, or birth. The Governor in January 2024 at the Uhuru Gardens in Nyamira town, the Governor uttered words to the effect that those who don't vote in Nyamira, if your father or your mother does not vote in Nyamira, you belong to where your parents are voters. Hence, you should apply there and get the person there. Words that depict and or portray this discrimination contrary to Article 274 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Evidence is there. That's the Constitution, video, and the video. C. Violation of the Nyamira County Persons with Disabilities Act 2023 by failing to constitute the Nyamira County Persons with Disability Board. Whereas the Nyamira County Persons with Disabilities Act 2023 provides for, among other issues, the rights and privileges of persons with disabilities, the most vulnerable members of the society. 9 months down the line, despite agitation and numerous pleas from persons living with disabilities, the Governor has failed, has ignored, and or neglected to cause the constitution of the board contrary to the Nyamira County Persons with Disabilities, Section 4.5, and in particular Section 6.1, that states as follows. The Governor shall appoint, with approval of the County Assembly, a chairperson and a vice chairperson from amongst the persons nominated under Section 5, 1, A, B, C, respectively. There's evidence, witnesses, Jared Wilberforce Nyaribo, Annexure 9 and 10. D. Violation under the Public Finance Management Act 2012 by failing to contain the county wage bill within the legal threshold. Whereas Section 102, 1A and B of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 requires each county government to ensure adherence to 1A, the principles of public finance set out in Chapter 12 of the Constitution, the fiscal responsibility principles provided in Section 107 under this Act, and whereas Section 107 2C of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 requires each county government to enforce the following fiscal responsibility principles. 1. The county government's expenditure on wages and benefits for its public officers shall not exceed a percentage of the county government's total revenue as prescribed by the county executive member for financing the regulations approved by the county assembly. Further, whereas Regulation 25(1)A and B of the Public Finance Management County Government Regulations 2015 expounds the above section of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 as follows. 1. The county executive committee member, with the approval of the county assembly, shall set a limit on the county government's expenditure on wages and benefits for its public officers pursuant to section 107(2) of the Act. B. The limit set under paragraph A above shall not exceed 35% of the county government's total revenue. Mr. Speaker, aware that the county assembly froze all recruitment on 1st July 2021 and communicated the same to the county executive through the approved report of the Committee on Budget and Appropriations on the county estimates of revenue and expenditure for the financial year 2021-2022, and a further communication to the county secretary and the county public service board. The governor has violated their past provision by causing the county wage bill to balloon ever since 2022, as shown in the analysis below. Financial year 2022-2023, the Controller of Budget Review reports the wage bill was 46.4%. 2020, the financial year 2023-2024, 48.9%. Financial year 2024-2025, 49.22%. Further, aware that Regulation 53(1) of the Public Finance Management, County Government's Regulation 2015 on unauthorized spending stipulates that, except as provided for in the Act and the regulations, an accounting officer of an entity may not authorize payment to be made out of funds earmarked for specific activities for purposes other than those activities. The governor has violated the law by causing continuous recruitment without approved budget allocations by the county assembly of Nyamira. Evidence day we have annexure 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 to annexure 18. Annexure 19. So. B. C. Violation of the Nyamira County Mortgage Scheme Fund regulations and Nyamira County Car Loan Scheme Fund regulations.